Today on Boston Girl Bakes, I'm showing you how to make the classic peanut butter blossoms. If there's one cookie that I definitely baked and enjoyed way too many of as a kid, it's definitely these peanut butter blossom cookies. These are the classic Christmas cookie with a peanut butter cookie dough that gets rolled in sugar, and then as soon as they come out of the oven, you'll press a Hershey Kiss right in the center. As a new mom this holiday season, I totally appreciate all of the easy holiday cookie recipes that I made as a kid. I really don't have the time this year to bust out the rolling pins and the cookie cutters like I normally do, but I definitely have time to make peanut butter blossom cookies. So if you're like me and you're short on some time and energy this holiday season, you definitely have time then for these cookies. So come on, let's get started and let's get baking. Before you start baking, be sure to take the butter out of the fridge about 30 minutes to an hour before you start. You want it at a cool room temperature. You should be able to slightly indent your finger, but there should still be some resistance. You also want your egg to be at room temperature so it blends easily into the creamed butter mixture. Simply place your egg in a bowl of warm water for 10 minutes before you start. You want to start by preheating your oven to 375 degrees and line a cookie sheet with parchment paper, or you could use a silicone baking mat. And now it's time to make the cookie dough. You'll start by mixing together your dry ingredients. You'll whisk together of flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt, and simply whisk that all together until it's evenly combined. And then in the bowl of your stand mixer or a large mixing bowl with a hand mixer, you'll want to cream together your softened butter, a quarter cup of granulated sugar, and 3/4 cup of packed light brown sugar until it's light and fluffy, 2 minutes on medium-high speed. Then you'll add in your room temperature egg to the creamed butter mixture and beat to combine. Then you'll want to add in 1 cup of smooth peanut butter and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. I'm using just regular peanut butter here. I like that as opposed to a natural peanut butter that you have to stir, because sometimes I find that it's a little bit too oily for these cookies. Then simply beat to combine and make sure to scrape down the bowl as needed. Then you'll add in your dry ingredients that you whisked together earlier. You'll want to make sure to not over mix at this point. You'll want to mix just until the last of the flour has been incorporated. If you continue to mix your dough at this point, you're going to end up with really tough and chewy cookies, and that's not what we're going for. Once your dough has come together, it's now time to scoop and bake. I'm using a small cookie scoop. I highly recommend a cookie scoop. You'll end up with evenly sized cookies that bake evenly in the oven. I simply roll the cookie dough in my hands and then roll in some granulated sugar and place on my cookie sheet spaced about 2 inches apart. And then your cookies are ready to bake. You'll bake for about 10 to 12 minutes until the edges are set and the bottoms are golden brown. You'll want to remove from the oven immediately and press a Hershey Kiss right into the center of each cookie. If you find that yours kind of crack a little bit on the edges, that's normal. I sometimes just take my hands and just push it back together a little bit. But a little bit of cracking is pretty normal for these cookies when you press the Hershey Kiss into the center. I let these cool on my cookie sheet for about 5 minutes, and then I transfer to a wire rack to cool completely. And that's it. How easy are these peanut butter blossoms? There's a reason everyone loves these cookies. It's not just because they're delicious, but they're super simple to make. So if you love this cookie recipe as much as I do, then be sure to check out the rest of my recipes in this holiday cookie series for more easy cookie recipes that even a busy mom can make and enjoy. And until next time, happy baking.